down for you. That's cool.
Hi guys. Okay, it's Bree and Jen. We're here. We wanted to do a live training for you guys today. We're trying to find a good angle. I think that's good enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so with 2016 coming to a close and 2017 fastly approaching, we wanted to talk about goal setting and executing our goals. And I think that that is something that everyone needs to listen to. So if you're listening and you want to add comments, please do, because we'd love to hear feedback about what works for you guys. These are the things that have worked for us. And so if something that we do doesn't necessarily sit right with you, that's okay. You don't have to do it exactly our way, but just giving you some ideas and trying to help you guys figure out what works for you, because it's really important to know exactly what works for you and how to execute them. So first of all, we wanted to introduce ourselves. I am Bree. I live in Utah. I live in Spanish Fork with my family. I've got 3 kids. I stay at home. I've never had a job outside of the house since I've started to have kids. And so this has been a huge change in my life that has been great, but it's definitely taken some getting used to. And so if you're in that same position and you feel like, hi Heather, and you feel like this is just so overwhelming, you're not alone, because it's definitely overwhelming. Oh. My husband has a full-time job and he provides really well for our family. But I wanted something to kind of help supplement our family's income so that we could go and do more fun things. My husband doesn't get a lot of time off. And so I just wanted to make it worth it. I wanted something to not only make us a little bit more money, but to hopefully supplement his job completely, maybe someday. That's my big goal. So Russ is really into doing his own thing, so maybe someday he'll be able to do that. But anyway, I got into it because I love makeup, and as soon as I saw the product, I hadn't even tried it before I jumped in and got signed up as a distributor and started selling. So if you don't think you can do that, trust me, you can. But I literally saw the product that day and signed up that night. It was Michelle Gallivan's video. She had her daughter swimming in the pool. So this was during the summer. She had her daughter swimming in the pool and she did the smudge test, and she showed that it was still on her lips after swimming in the pool for several minutes. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can do that. I want that, and I want to sell it. So I signed up that night. Russ was out of town. I called him up that night, and I was just like, babe, I'm going to sign up. He's like, okay.
Good luck.
So anyway, so that's kind of where I started. And then I've been doing it since June 22nd.
So I am Jen, most of you know. I actually found out from Bree. She was the one that told me. So Bree and I have been friends forever. It's been almost 10 years now. And I saw some posts on her page, like she'd posted some selfies, and I thought, oh, that's beautiful. And Bree's like the makeup genius. Like I go to her with all my, yes, I do. Like all of like my makeup and my hair questions and everything, I always ask her. So I saw a couple pictures and I was kind of intrigued, and then we'd end up talking about it, and I wanted to get some, but the timing just wasn't right. It was super busy for me. I have 4 little boys and I homeschool, and it was right as school was about to start. And I thought, oh, it's just crazy right now. I don't know how I can do that right now. So I just waited a little while. I had an unfortunate incident, which ended up being a good incident. I went to a barbecue and spent several hours walking around with lipstick all over my teeth and all over my face. And so after that, I was like, I need something that works. So I called Bree and I was like, okay, enough is enough.
Awesome.
So during that time, it took about like a month, maybe?
Yeah.
Ish, month and a half. It took a long time for me just to kind of, I knew I wanted to do it, but it was just, again, it was about the right timing. And Bree wasn't pushy at all. She just checked in occasionally just to see what I was thinking, how I was doing. And during that time, she kept posting videos like this smudge, no smear videos. And it was like luring me in. It was like super intriguing. So I was watching those. I was like, oh yeah, I totally want to do that. So I ended up signing up, and it has been an awesome ride. So it's been good.
Yeah. So that's something I want to touch on a little bit later is building a team and not being pushy. But first I want to talk about goal setting. So first of all, let me grab this, sorry. Goal setting for 2017. Ladies, I can't stress this enough. I need you guys to be focused exactly on what your goals are. Like, what do you envision for this company? What do you envision for you as a distributor? Do you envision just selling and making a couple $100s a month? Do you envision going bigger and building a team and making $49,000 a month like Kimmy did last month?
Yes.
You know, what exactly do you envision? Because I don't think that there's any limit, and I don't think that you can afford necessarily to not put down what your goals are and execute them, because you really are in charge of how well you do. And I don't mean to say that if you don't have a team right now, you're not doing the best job that you can do. I don't mean that at all. What I mean is I think that it's very beneficial to envision in your head and put down in writing what you foresee your company looking like in the next 6 months to a year, even next week, and trying really hard to get there. You know, doing things outside of the box, doing things that maybe other girls aren't doing, so that you can get to where you want to be. So I think that one of the best things is learning how you, getting notifications, how you work as far as goals. So what I mean by that is, are you okay just putting things in your phone and getting alerts saying that you need to do this and this and this on this day or at this time? Are you a visual person? Do you need to write it down so that you can check things off? Because that's how I am. For the first couple of months, I would put things in my phone because my husband is such a tech savvy guy. And he's like, just put it in your phone. And I'd get alerts, and it was out of my head in less than 2 seconds, because I get so many alerts during the day constantly that if I don't execute it right then and there, it goes in one ear, out the other, or in one eye, out the other, whatever.
Me too.
So learning exactly how you operate, I think, is imperative. So for me, I have to write things down. I have to be able to visualize, write them down, because I think that does something brain-wise for me too. When I write it down, it's a little bit more ingrained in my mind. And then as soon as I can, I will check things off. Also, if it's not necessarily something that you can check off, which I think most things should be, but if it's not something that you can check off, how are you performing that task and how are you executing it? And Jen's going to go over executing goals as well. We'll kind of chime in whenever we feel like we need to, but she has a lot of really, really good points to cover as far as executing her goals, because as you know, she's like the queen of getting distributors and getting things done. Guys, she's got 4 kids. She homeschools. Like, I don't know how she does all that she does. And I know that a lot of you, like Stacy Kwan, she's got 5 kids and she homeschools as well. Like, it's very doable.
It is doable.
There are a lot of benefits to not having kids. For instance, Sadie and Chelsea, who are in St. George, like, they don't have any kids and they have a lot more time to dedicate to their businesses. However, there really just is a benefit to just having a drive, no matter what your situation in life is, to just have that drive, have those goals set and executing them. So I'm gonna let Jen take over really quick and go over how she feels that she executes her goals.
Oh, thank you. So right now to me is so exciting because it is the beginning of we're almost to the beginning of a new year. That means everybody else is going to be making goals. Everybody has things that they're trying to accomplish. Making more money is a big one for a lot of people, and they're trying to find ways that they can bring in more income and help supplement in their family. So I feel like January is like key time. Like, get out there and just be on fire, because that's what people have on their mind. They're wanting to find something like this. So once you realize that you want something different for your life, for your children, maybe for your grandchildren, write those goals down. I 100% agree with everything that Bree said. Write it down, and then you need to do what I like doing, and that's executing. Like, figure out a plan and then make it happen. So already you are different than the vast majority of people. If you are watching this means you are a distributor or you are thinking about becoming a distributor. So already you're the type of person where you have ambition, you have drive, you have desire. And that means you're already on a higher platform than a lot of people. So now you just need to figure out the plan and do. So I have 4 things that I feel like really helped me personally, kind of like set me up for success. And I learned all of these things from my upline. I learned them from Bree, I learned them from other girls. I just saw who was successful and I watched all of their videos. I followed them on Facebook, on Instagram. Like, I literally like soaked up everything they were doing and I copied it because that's what they said to do, and it's worked. So the first thing is so easy, but it can be kind of tricky, is just open your mouth and talk to people. Like talk to everyone. I literally mean everyone. So, for example, yesterday where was I? Old Navy. I was at Old Navy. And so the girl like ringing me up, like she had like a really bright, fun color on, and it looked like a color that we have in LipSense. And so I asked her, I was like, hey, I love your color. That's beautiful. Like, are you wearing LipSense? And she goes, no, I'm actually wearing MAC. I really like MAC. I really like Unique. And anyways, we started talking about that. And I was like, oh, I know MAC has beautiful colors. And I was like, I'm asking because I actually sell LipSense, and that looks just like one of the colors I have. And she goes, oh, that's so cool. So I ended up having a conversation with her about that. And then I left my business card. So I feel like I did my part. Like I opened my mouth and I told her, and it was so easy. She had to stand there and talk to me. So, and then I left. Then I went to Costco after that, and I was standing in line because Costco's crazy right now, talking to a girl. She had the most beautiful wedding ring on. So I was like, your ring's so beautiful. And she's like, thanks. My husband designed it. And it's so sparkly and beautiful. And then, so that kind of came up with, I love sparkly things. And then I started telling her about some of the things that I love. So I gave her a business card. Yeah. I work it into everything. Like
She does. I've seen her. We went to, what was his name? Jim Gaffigan the other night. And we were getting sodas. Well, she doesn't drink soda. She's better than me. But we were getting concessions. And she was like totally handing out business cards across the counter. I was like, bravo.
I'm obnoxious. Like, I really am.
No, you're not. You're perfect.
But it works. It really does work. So I took my kids to the dentist this week. What else do I have to talk about? My 4 kids get their teeth cleaned. I ended up talking with her for half an hour about it. So when I say talk to everyone, talk to everyone. Don't disqualify anybody. This is a mistake I made in the beginning. Learn from my mistake. I would look at people and I'd be like, I think she would want it, or I think she would do a good job with the business. Like, who do I think I am that I can determine what somebody else can do? Like, how, like, what is the word? Like, selfish and like cocky am I to decide whether somebody else would be good at this business or whether somebody else could use our makeup products? And that was kind of like a rock to the head, like a super humbling moment for me, that I was like, I'm not the one that gets to decide that. They are. I can tell them, and then they can choose what they want to do.
And you never know. Just like I said before, like Jen and I had been friends for a long time. We actually took a little family vacation down to the lake this past summer, and that's when she really found out that I was selling it. And at first I was like, oh, you don't have to buy it for me. It's fine. Like I was kind of shy and nervous about it. But then the more we talked about it, I think the more she was intrigued because of, you know, I never thought in a million years that she would be where she's at right now, because she has 4 boys that she homeschools, and she's just got a lot going on to where I just thought, you know, I don't know. But you never ever know. You never know.
Yeah. So don't disqualify anybody, because some people will shock you, like literally, and those are the people that end up doing these amazing, great things. And what if you would have kept your mouth closed? Like, it's like, that's mean. That's what it is. Don't be mean. Anyways, when I talk to people, I will tell you what I don't do. We're going to act this out real quick. I don't walk up and say, hi, I'm Jen. Will you buy LipSense from me? I don't do that. That's awkward and that's weird. So I don't do that. What I do is kind of like what I just said. Like, just sit down and be normal and talk to people. Yeah. If you're at your son's football game, like, talk to the girl next to you. Be like, hey, is that your son out there? Oh, cool. That's mine. How was Christmas? And I honestly get that it is really hard. Like, for some people especially, to strike up a conversation with a total stranger is a really hard thing, but it will pay off, because that person might be a lifelong customer. That person might be your distributor that ends up signing up 400 girls and building your team and exploding your team. You just don't know. So give everyone that option.
And the more you talk, the easier it gets to talk to people, because you find things that you have in common, or that you find things like Christmas time or sparkly things that you think, okay, that will lead into LipSense. So just the more you do it, the easier it is, and the more fluid it becomes for you.
And I honestly practice. Like, I'm such a nerd. Like, so when Bree and I did our first expo together, I practiced hundreds of times what I was going to say in my head. And the more we did it, like, by the end, I feel like my spiel was like smooth. It would like roll off my tongue, because we practiced over and over and over. So if you need to sit in front of a mirror and practice, that's totally fine, if that's what helps you feel a little bit more comfortable in it. I was going to say, with offering to everybody, like, if I had a friend that had something incredible and she didn't tell me, I'd be a little bit upset. Like, if I had a cave of free cookies or something. I would tell my mom, sweet cookies. I like cookies, obviously. It was like diamonds. Anyways, I would tell everybody I know, like if it was a never ending supply, like why wouldn't you share something great? So it's hard sometimes, I get it, because you feel like people are going to judge you. They're not going to judge you. If anything, when people talk to me about conversation or come up, blah, 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 blah. When people talk to me about something, I think, well, they had a lot of courage to do that. And what's the worst that could happen if you talk to somebody? This is the worst that's ever happened to me. Oh, all right, thanks. That's really not so bad. Or, cool, my cousin sells it. Thanks for sharing it with me. Like, nobody's going to chase you down the street with a pitchfork because you told them about LipSense. So it's really going to be okay. The second thing, so there's 4 things that I really think. 1, like I just said, talk to everybody. 2, do 2 simple things every day. 1, learn about the business. Every single day, do either go to your back office, do a training, do something. So when I started, I decided at night when I do the dishes and when I fold laundry, I'm not going to watch Netflix. I'm going to turn on a training. And every single day, I have watched a training. There's been a couple days here and there that I haven't, but almost every day, I've watched a training and I've learned about the business. And 2, do something for your business. So, Bree, what ideas do you think to do their business? What would you recommend? 1, I know like what super caught my eye was videos. Like Bree's videos.
Totally.
Love videos.
Totally.
Those sell.
Videos sell because you're a product of the product. So whether that's showing that the LipSense doesn't smear, which a lot of you have done, bravo, because I think that you guys have all seen the success of people interacting with you and people asking you about it, even if they've seen it before, knowing that you, not someone else that they hardly ever know or talk to, but you use it and you like it and you know how it works is very, very important, imperative. Also doing live videos. I know a lot of our upline have really stressed that lately. I can't tell you how many times I have sold different products that I don't necessarily think about because I'm doing a live video using different products that I'm not necessarily marketing and focusing on. Again, because you're a product of the product. You wear it, you like it. You know, I always tell my customers I would never market something that I don't like or that I don't use, and I've never done that. So there are things that SeneGence sells that I have never used, and so I don't market those because I don't know how well I'm going to like it, and if I want my customers to be happy with the product, I need to like it first, and I need to use it first. So definitely videos. Making phone calls. Making phone calls to either your downline or people that you know that you think that would be really interested in the product. I think that that's also imperative. Messaging people every single day. I mean, I can't tell you. There was a time at the very beginning when I was literally sending out potential distributor packets email-wise at least twice a day. That's a ton, guys. That's a ton. And again, don't be discouraged when things don't happen. If someone decides not to join your team, it's okay. You keep following up with them. You keep being friends with them. You're not going to not be friends with someone if they don't join your team. It's okay. Yeah, so. You never know. So things like that I think are really imperative for your business. But did you have other?
I just had a few. 1, post a selfie. I'm just going to read a list because I'll forget. The videos, salons and boutiques. These are huge. These girls that are in the beauty business, they know what a good product is and they love this. Also, a lot of them are extremely like business savvy, so they can see the potential in the business. So I've had a lot of success with salons and boutiques and any other businesses. I know a lot of girls do dental offices, any where they're wearing masks or anything, but there's a million possibilities. I know Brie all the time has people over to her house just trying products on. Like, and that's what sells. That's what sells. So that's a huge one. Or doing a party. I love girls' nights. So just invite some of your friends over and be like, hey, let's just have a girls' night and let's just play with makeup.
Parties are also really big. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. But 2 things about parties. 1, it gets you in front of people in a group setting to where they can actually see it, test it, see what colors they want, but then it also helps you to be more comfortable about the product and about approaching people about it. When you do parties, especially when you are just starting out, it can be a little bit intimidating. Use the beauty book that the company sends you. Go through your distributor handbook before you do it, just so you can kind of know the rules and the regulations as far as, you know, how to approach the product and things like that. Just know what you're talking about, because as soon as you start to talk, it just becomes, like I said, the more you talk about it, the more fluid you are and the better you are able to sell the product, because you're not fumbling over words and you know exactly what you're talking about and what the product does and the ingredients and the characteristics and things like that, because the more you know, the more you grow.
And confidence sells. Fake it till you make it.
It's so true.
If you don't have confidence, like lean on ours a little bit or somebody's and build your confidence and just fake it until you make it, because people will recognize that. Yep. Post on any kind of social media, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever it is you do. Approaching strangers, we already talked about that. Emailing, I can't tell you, even now, like every single night I send out tons and tons of emails. I've emailed any dance companies, cheer companies, like NFL cheerleaders, like you name it, I have emailed those out. So there's so many different avenues you can go through that. And your friends, I messaged everybody in my Facebook group, like literally almost all of my Facebook friends I messaged, even the men. If I'm at a park and my kids are playing, I'll approach a guy and I'll be like, hey, and we'll like start up a conversation. I'll be like, your wife would love this for Christmas. Let me help you out. So even like, don't disqualify anybody. My teenage babysitter, she loves these products. She ended up telling her mom and her sister. Her mom bought a bunch, and then her sister signed up under me. So you never know who it's going to be.
Approach bloggers too. Instagram is huge for bloggers. Message bloggers. I can't tell you how many times I've messaged bloggers that have 15,000 plus followers and they've never heard of LipSense. Like, they don't know anything about it. So you never know who hasn't heard about it. It's still, this company is still in its baby stages. And so the more you can expose it to people, the more that they have time to think about it and see your videos and your pictures, and the more likely they are to either become distributors or to become customers.
Yep.
Or both.
Or we like both.
Yeah.
Both are good. So one thing I've thought a lot about is I've had people that say, I would love to do something like that. I don't have time. That to me is just kind of an excuse, because we all have the same 24 hours in the day. It's just how we use it. So when someone says that to me, like, oh, my life's so busy, I would love to do it. And when I honestly believe they would love to do it. They're like, I don't know how I'd squeeze that in. And I empathize. I say, you know what? I totally understand. I'm like, I have 4 kids at home. I have an 8-year-old, a 6-year-old. I have 3-year-old twins that are just straight up crazy. Mm-hmm. Like, I homeschool. I'm a massage therapist. I have all my clients there. I'm super busy with church. My husband travels. I know Bree's husband is gone all the time. She's playing single mom all the time. My husband's super busy. Like, I'm on our board for our co-op group. I'm teaching all these other kids. Like, life is crazy busy, but I prioritize my time really well. And I've seen a trend that a lot of these really, really busy girls juggle it. And their business or businesses are just booming because they know how to prioritize their time. So learn how to do time management. So number 3, follow up with your customers. Lots of your customers turn into distributors. And I know Bree's really, really good about this. I need to be a little bit better. And it's hard as you get more and more customers, but it's still, Bree has a ton of customers and it's very doable. But to follow up with them, because 1, they'll keep buying more product. And 2, these are the girls that have a testimony of how good the product is, and they realize the potential and they want to sell it. And it's easy for them because they love the product. So yeah, follow up with people. And 4, the last thing is, if you're building a team, and I highly recommend the team. My first month and a half, I was so focused on sales. I was getting a lot of sales. And it wasn't until I started watching some of the trainings and realized the real potential, like the money in this business is insane. Like literally insane. Girls that have been doing this 6, 7, 8 months that are making $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month, you guys. $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month, and they've been doing it less than a year. Once I realized that, I was like, oh, I need to switch my focus and I need to build a team.
What am I doing?
What am I doing? I should have listened to Bree. And so that's when I started building a team, and that's when it like super took off for me, because I was like, that is the way to do it. So take time to build your team and to train your team. You'll become such good friends with these girls. Like, you will learn to love them. Like the other night, I was kneeling and I was saying my prayers, and I was like, I kept having all the girls on my team like pop into my head. And so I prayed for them. They were in my head. I was like, I'm going to pray for them and their team. It's because I learned to love them. Like, I work with them and I learned to love them. So you guys, it's not just about the money. The money is awesome. That's a good driving force for me, but it's about feeling like you're achieving something, you're doing something with your life, you're bettering your life with your family, and the friendships you make. The free trips are fantastic too. I'm excited for that. Bree's free car. Like, there's so many amazing and wonderful things about this company, but build your team, take the time to really help them. I love the concept of like, teach a man to fish. Like, give them all the information and knowledge they need, and then send them out to succeed.
And that's the thing too, is Jen hit on that. It's really not about the money. Yes, I want a team because I want to make money, but there's something addicting about you being successful and then you helping your team to be successful.
Yeah.
You know, I've never been wealthy ever, and I'm okay if I'm never ever wealthy. However, it's really important to me now to succeed and, you know, do something for myself that I've never done before, because I think that's really important for women to know that we can succeed. And with the tools and the avenues that this company provides, it's kind of hard not to succeed if you really put in the work and the time and the effort to make it happen. And when you have girls on your team that have those same goals and those same outlooks as you, working together is amazing. It's inspiring. It's fulfilling. I do what I do. I spend so much time on my girls every single day because I really want them to succeed. I want them to build a team. I want them to feel that high when they sign someone, or they get that extra sale that they didn't think that they could do, or they sign up to get a booth at a vendor event and they make thousands of dollars, or even if they don't, you know, it's a learning experience.
Yep.
There's just, this company provides so much for women right now that it's really hard for me not to talk about it to everybody, because I literally think that, kind of like Jen said, it's kind of being selfish when we don't give those people an opportunity to really know exactly what this company can do for you. Again, I think it's really important to know exactly what you want and to execute it. Jen and I have goals, big goals. Like, we want to make this something really big. And so we're executing it by going to Montana next month. We're going to Montana and we're going to go try to recruit some more girls. We're going to go to salons. We're going to go to boutiques. We're going to go outside of where we know that it's really saturated.
And it's like
try to
negative 20 degrees there, so.
I know, I'm really counting on Jen to know how to navigate
drive well in the
storms,
snow.
in the snow. But that's what we're going to do. I have another friend that we're going to go to another state, I think in February. So again, you know, getting those goals, setting those goals and executing them is so, so important. 2017 is going to be a huge year for the company. This year, they did leaps and bounds from what they've done in the years past. They had grown, I read an article yesterday or the other day that said like 2015, 2014, 2013, they had grown 100% every single year. 2015, it was like 400+% from April until now. It's insane, you guys, it's insane. And so knowing that and believing that and knowing and believing in yourself and in the product, you guys can do this. You guys can make this something to where it's going to be something that will set you up for the rest of your life. And I don't say that in a very like, well, look at me, I'm doing it. I don't say that at all, because I'm not making a ton of money right now. But I have the goal and the vision to do that, to be able to say that I'm going to do that. And I'm going to follow through with my goals, and I'm going to execute what I know that I can do and go and do it.
Well, and I think too, like, I tell people, I'm like, if I can do this, you can do this. Like, if we can do this, anybody can do this. It's just where your desire is and where your focus is. And if you are willing to work, it does take work. It does take work, but the benefits are just huge. They're astronomical. So.
Yeah, if you can put in the time, I promise you guys will not be disappointed.
Yep.
To answer the question about my...
I got it at Target. We love Target.
I got it at Target. Yep, it's cool. I got a binder that specifically gave me room to take notes and lots of notes. So not only does it give me like calendar days like this, but it gives me notes on the side, and then it's like a day-to-day, so I can actually like put check marks and lists and things like this, which is really important for me. Oh yeah, because it's, I don't know if you guys can really see it, but it says this week, and then it has little check box marks. So check mark boxes.
I know what we mean.
So that I can sit there and like tack things off, because that, again, I'm a visual person. I need to do that. But yeah, so I got this at Target. I think it was like $10.
Oh, can I add one last thing that I can't believe I forgot? Always wear your stripes and always wear your color. I have had so many conversations because of this. Or even like if I'm not doing something, I'm watching my kids play at the park, I'll straight up like get a bottle out and start painting it. 100% of the time, people ask. And a very high percent of the time, people ask about this. Or even if I'm like, I don't know, I touch my lips a lot, I'm weird. People are like, that's crazy. So
yeah,
throw that
be
in
approachable though, because you can wear these and people won't ask you if you're not being very approachable.
Put your phone away, let people talk to you.
Yes.
Right.
Anyway, Sister SeneGence missionary.
I mean, totally are. No, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of things that I have applied for my mission that I do with my business. I'm like, oh, that totally trained me for this.
Yeah. Anyway, ladies, we really want you guys to succeed this year. We really want you guys to be able to crush your goals.
Yeah.
So I really want to urge each and every one of you that are watching this to write down your goals. And make them happen. If you guys need to go the extra mile, go that extra mile. But you guys have the ability to do exactly what it is that everyone else that's successful is doing. You guys just have to prioritize and make it happen.
Yep.
And I know that when you guys do that, that the sky's the limit. I mean, $49,000 a month is crazy. That's crazy. I can't even fathom that much money. That's insane.
We will. We will.
But I want each of you guys, even if you guys don't want to build a team, even if you guys just want to focus on sales right now, it's okay. But again, I would urge you guys to write down your goals and to make a list of things that you guys really want to foresee you and your company doing in this next couple months to a year and making that happen. And we are here for you.
Yep.
We are here for you. Your upline is here for you. So don't ever hesitate to ask. We're always available to answer any questions. If we don't get back to you right away, it doesn't mean we're ignoring you, but we will help you guys get to where you guys need to be.
And Bree and I, we're in this for the long haul. Like, we are going to make it happen. Like, we're both very dedicated, and we're dedicated to helping you succeed, and we want to help you succeed.
Absolutely. Anyway, so if you guys have any other questions or comments, we'll go back through and kind of read them and answer them as you go along. But if you guys want to contact us, if you guys are watching on YouTube, you guys can contact either Jen and I on our email or just message us directly. So anyway, again, thank you guys for watching. We hope you guys got something out of this video. We want you guys to succeed. Here's to 2017. Yay! Talk to you guys later. Bye.